We are understanding one of the greatest sutras yoga book that is known as Yoga Sutra by Patanjali. He is known as the father of Eastern psychology. And he explains in detail about meditation. There are more than 29 different stages of meditation. So when you cross that higher state, then you cannot prevent smiling 24 by 7. So we asked why it happens, because you discover that happiness is your essential nature. Peace is your essential nature. You discover that love is your essential nature. Then you are not expecting love from others. You allow that love to manifest through that real self, goes to the intellect and the mind and the body and the sense organ, and it only knows one thing: it overflows. So when it overflows, it becomes compassion. That is what Buddha, you might have heard about kindness, compassion. uh, it cannot be practiced. I have seen a lot of people here in our country. They say, let us practice compassion. How can you practice compassion? So if you practice compassion, then you practice love. So long list. But anyhow, the things works when the marketing gimmick is already working. So I named the series as a freedom and happiness. So what is freedom? It is not the freedom of democracy we are talking about. We already know we are living in a democratic country. It is far better than uh, communism and aristocracy and dictatorship, but still, we are not going there. Anyhow, we return to the freedom. We experience the limitedness in our life. We experience the limitedness either by the body. Can I reach you directly? No, I have reached to you virtually. Here's what I found online. No, please Google. So I have reached to you virtually. Oh, there is another guy, Google Assistant. So the same thing, we have a limitations of the mind, and that is also caused by the ego. And in our daily life and living, these limitations causes suffering in our life. Honey, can I have a cup of coffee? No, I'm very busy. I don't like you. You make it. So when I feel hurt, it is limitedness. That we need to understand. It is not that the other is reacting. Forget about anyone is react. No, the ocean is reacting through the tsunami. Don't we save ourselves? Do we go and fight with the tsunami? Ask yourself. That attitude, that is what the Patanjali teaches us. First, get rid of these limitedness and happiness. I was talking day before yesterday. Since waking up in the morning until we go into sleep, we have 1 units of pleasure by taking a cup of tea and coffee. And if the honey responds beautifully, second unit of pleasure. I'm adding if. Generalization. And third unit of pleasure, the choice of food. Fourth unit of pleasure, a soap opera on the TV, and so on. So we have 50 units of pleasure we enjoyed today. Clear? Now add all the 50 units of pleasure. Can it become 1 unit of happiness? Answer is no. The pleasure is short lived. It is only experienced when the mind, what it likes, comes into contact with. Choice of food. Aha, what a food. 5 or 10 minutes of pleasure, it's gone. So the difference between the pleasure and happiness is that the happiness is independent of anything outside. So some people say, oh, give me a reason to smile. Why should I give a reason to smile? There is no reason to smile. So if I can give you a reason to smile, I can also give a reason to be angry. So I have a remote. This is another bondage. See that. Look clearly. When you see that clearly, you know you can be happy without any reason. Why the happiness is our essential nature. So going back to the same Patanjali, when I say he's the father of Eastern psychology, he tells about the mind, structure of mind, function of mind, subjective states of the mind, objective states of the mind, and which subjective states of the mind can leave you in a meditative state, and how to bring about a total transformation of the mind to awaken to the pure consciousness which is behind the mind. And he explained only in 195 formulas. Sutra means formulas, like chemistry formulas. Like H2SO4, sulfuric acid. But if you want to go in detail about the sulfuric acid, H2SO4, or maybe common salt, sodium chloride, you can write a 500-page book, isn't it? Go on explaining physical properties, chemical properties, interaction, bond, covalent bond, electrovalent bond. That is the subject of the chemistry. Then go into the topic of the physics. Same way, these sutras, every sutra has a detailed explanation with a reference to the principles of Eastern wisdom. So many commentators who were contemporary of Patanjali, wrote a commentary on these sutra that runs into thousands of pages. You cannot study H2SO4 without reference to the fundamentals of chemistry. Same thing. These sutras should be understood with reference to the fundamentals of Eastern wisdom. So most of the people, what they do, they don't go into the commentary, the reference. So second sutra is, say, let me translate into English, and then we will understand. Second sutra is Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha. It is the Sanskrit. That is the sutra. Translation in English, many academicians have done it. Yoga is suppression of the mind. Yoga is the control of mind. We already have hundreds of tools to control the mind in the world. Why should we go to this text? The crazy master wrote that text more than 2,600 years back. No. The translation, the essence, the knowledge would be Empty the mind of its contents that creates a binding desire leads me to a meditative state. It has nothing to do with control or suppression. What is emptiness then? That is the way. You'll be surprised. I think Anne knows it. I have talked in detail, but you should know that we have been taught a process by which we should teach and educate others. And one of the beautiful principle is word. We should pick up every word, then we should give the meaning, and we should give the knowledge behind that meaning of the sutra. Never ever believe if a teacher belonging to my tradition says, believe me, then I will take you to the meditation. It's better to leave that guy. We say belief pending inquiry. That is what we say in science as a hypothesis. We say belief pending inquiry. So now coming to emptiness. So empty the mind of its contents. Why? So that this mind becomes like a lake which is totally calm, where our true nature reflects and reveals happiness, freedom, joy. That is why we empty the mind. So I'm answering every query which is popping up in your mind. Now, when we say emptiness, so what we are emptying from? What contents in the mind causes suffering? That is what we are emptying. You see how logical and rational. Now, blind belief doesn't work. If blind belief works, then you close your eyes, focus on the breath, and it is mindfulness. But that is not going to change you. That is like a pill, sedative, without understanding. So, what are those contents need to be emptied from the mind? Perhaps in the last 2 weeks we understood the mind lives in 5 objective states, and the 5 subjective states we need to empty the wandering mind. There is going to lot of thoughts, so that it cannot process the right information. It causes the wrong notion in the mind. It causes the binding desire. It causes the limitedness. We have to get out of all those. It does not mean those thoughts which helps the mind to empty itself should be also emptied. No. So I explain in a very simple way. Take an example. New Jersey is very good for garden in the front yard and in the backyard. So you need a mower to do service every 2 months. Weed are also plants. You want to remove it. Other plants like flowers, you want to keep it. They are also plants. So we have thoughts which create a wrong notion. They are weed, need to be trimmed, removed. And other thoughts that should be kept in the mind. Do you understand? That will help us to empty the mind. Take an example, simple example. Our mind believes instantly. Your minds, we have 5 minds, so 4 minds. 4 minds will believe instantly about this beard guy if someone says wrong thing about this beard guy. And it will be very difficult for the mind to believe what is right. That mind needs to be changed. Hey, don't go to this guy with the beard, he's crazy. So instantly you have a doubt in the mind. That is weed. You have not checked it. And if Anne says, oh, he's wonderful, he's very good. Okay, I understand. Anne must have some interest with this. See that? We have to change that state of the mind. We should inquire. We should put reasoning. We should have a clarity. That is the difference. You understood the weed. Weed is also a plant. So it means those thoughts that causes craziness, blame, reaction, duality, conflict. Just become aware and get rid of it. Clear? Now we should go ahead. Weeds are removed now. How to do this? Now that is the case. Wrong notions create, stop, blame, complain, reaction. From today, maintain your awareness and stop blaming, complaining, reaction, even if the person is 100% wrong. Why to trouble my mind if you are wrong? See that? Even a very close member of your family, your relations, your boss, your subordinate, your students, anyone in the world. I should hold on. No blame, no complaint, no reaction. Meditation doesn't mean that you practice once a week and then you sleep with the same old habit. Meditation means transformation of the mind, change of your attitude, your behavior, your responses. Second is, when you live in a state of relaxation, it helps you to live in a higher state of awareness. Why I said so? Why we need a higher level of conscious rest and relaxation? When you live into that state of rest and relaxation, you are preventing the binding desire to enter into your mind. Take an example. Can you plan to be angry tomorrow at 10 a.m.? When 10 a.m. comes tomorrow, you'll have a smile rather than an anger. So what prevented that anger? Your awareness. Normally people say, no, I don't find any reason to be angry. Give me the reason. I said, let me give you the reason. You are crazy. No, this is not the way. So what is the way to make you angry? Because you are aware. See that? So that awareness comes in the state of relaxation. Third, equanimity of the mind for the world outside. What is that equanimity? Our master, the great master, the originator of yoga, tantra, mindfulness, meditation says, this world is not full of suffering. The world itself is suffering. Means what? The world lives with pairs of opposites. The moment your mind enters into the world through your thought, speech, and action, it has only three pairs of results, not the fourth one. What is that? Profit and loss, pain and pleasure, victory and defeat. Honey, I love you. You get the same response, pleasure. You get the opposing response, pain. I prepared the lecture today with so much of pressure and so much of dedication. And Dr. Mead says, a couple of students don't like it. What the world gave you? Pain. So this world only gave you pairs of results. That lives in pairs. Either pain or pleasure. You perform any action. I do any action. Sometimes people say, you are crazy. I said, I'm more crazy than you think. This is just the beginning. Continue attending, then you will find it. Not affected by those dualities is going to happen in the world. The same body which we loved too much, and that body dies. Now body is in my home. I don't want to keep the body. You see, the dualities, the opposing. That is the very nature of the world. Third and fourth is practice, practice, practice. But practice consciously. Practice, regular practice with wisdom, with clarity, with understanding. And that understanding changes the mind. Practice changes the mind deeper within. So listen to these principles again and again. It is not because I'm talking to you. It is because these principles were passed on to us by those 3,000 masters. That is how we say. We have nothing to it. We just talk it, we express it, we give you the practice, and we are free. While giving the practice, while guiding you, and when we leave you. That is the nature of meditation or mindfulness. Last thing, and then we'll start the practice. Understand one thing, that meditation reveals the knowledge of reality. That is the goal of meditation. Byproducts are relaxation, peace, calmness, joy, wisdom. They are byproducts. So I'm using the word revelation that we will talk in the following session. Let us start our journey. Close your eyes. Stage 1. Position of the body. And mind is facing within. Any position of the body, mind is facing within, looking within. So when it is looking within, as if it has gone behind the world, we see emptiness or darkness or the space, but find out a point of calmness, even that is 1% of calmness. Did you create it? No. So it means if the mind maintains awareness of that bit of calmness and continues its journey, that calmness explodes and becomes happiness and the freedom. So we already have a glimpse of it. So in the stage 1, moving to the second step, being comfortable. We are settling the mind through the body, if I explain so. So, looking at who is looking mind. One seeker last week's session said, when I look at the neck joint, my eyes can easily go. I said, no, don't look through the eyes, look through the mind. So the mind moves to the neck joint, means aware of the neck joint, be there, feel the presence, and experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. The mind goes to shoulder joints. In one or two sessions, we instantly pick up. Mind looks at the shoulder joints, means awareness, feeling, presence there, and then the mind is made subtle. How? To experience sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Move the mind from the top of the head to the toes to all the joints of the body, one after the other. We are not in a hurry. And every time you move the mind on the joints, you will experience a deepening of the sensation. That is an experience of being comfortable, guided by or guarded by the sense of steadiness. Second step is also done. You see, we do these steps in a very natural way. Don't allow the mind to react. Reaction, blame, complaint will block the meditation. But how to block these things? Just move naturally. Third step is being carefree. Being carefree, free from all the cares. Who cares? The mind. With its thoughts, with its wrong notions, with its pleasure, with its duality, with its memory. So one master says, step back from all the thoughts. And how do I explain? You are simply aware that you are separate from these thoughts. So I give three similes. You're standing across a road watching the traffic, mental traffic, standing across inside your head. Another simile, which one you like. The moment you like, you become aware and you know the thoughts are different from you, separate from you. The bird's flying where it has to fly, in the sky above. So, above all the thoughts, we have a pure sense of awareness. That awareness cannot be touched by anything that enters into the mind. Third, there are disturbances on the surface of the water in an ocean. They are the thoughts deep inside the water, couple of feet, the water remains calm. That is what is being carefree. In that state of being comfortable, being carefree, and a sense of steadiness, we move to the second stage. What is that? Purifying the mind and moving within. So look inside today, let us look inside the chest, in the space. Keep your awareness of that point of calmness and start breathing quick, short, gentle breath through both the nostrils into the rib cage. Just enjoy that breathing. Don't force it. Quick, short, gentle breath, but keeping your mind deep inside the heart. And stop this. Start breathing deep, silent, slow. Into your belly first, then into the rib cage, and while breathing out, make the humming sound louder, deeper, longer, touching that sound touching the forehead inside. You feel the vibrations. Again, inhale. What is the tagline of inhale? Deep, silent, and slow. And what is the tagline of exhaling? Longer, deeper, and louder. We will understand gradually why we do this. But the main goal is purification, withdrawing the mind within. In that state of steadiness in the body, you are aware of a point of calmness and continue humming. Yes, it sometime it may lead you to dizziness in the sense that a sleepiness. The mind doesn't want to go inside easily. Continue. Remember, every breath is deeper than the previous breath. Every exhalation is deeper, longer, and louder than the previous one. That is, continue. And stop this hammering. We move to The next stage, the fourth stage, where we move the mind deeper into the space with a simple way. The mind should work on the mind. How? Look deep inside the forehead in the space and inside, keep looking into the space and start hammering the mantra mentally, quick, fast, and loud. Om, 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 om. So, when you are doing mentally, quick, fast, and loud, you can realize there is no thought between the two Om. And that takes your mind to the other side. What is that other side? Is the calmness, is the space. Continue hammering, quick, fast, and loud in your mind only. No movement of the lips and the tongue. You need not to worry. Continue. One of the seeker in a group session was doing the hammering and her body started swinging. That shows how much the mind is obsessed with the body. So that is what I observe. That's why I say keep your videos on. And now stop this, experience the state you are in. You may experience as if the mind wants to go deeper within or it wants to return outside. That will tell us the degree of challenges we have to face before we succeed. How simple is that? Now look deep inside the heart. Again, one side of the mind, a point of calmness is there, and start hammering again. Om, 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 om. Keep looking deep inside the heart. Goal is to see the other side of the mind, to see deeper. You throw a stone on the surface of the water in an ocean. That is okay, but still the deeper layer of the water is still present, which is calm. No worries, continue. Sleepiness, yawning, they normally happens, and I'm aware of that. I'll explain you everything. Hammering. Continue hammering. Do not stop in the middle. The mind will say, let me stop it. I don't feel good. We are not making a journey to feel good or bad. We are making a journey to what is good and right. Mentally, no movement of the lips. Sometimes the movement of the lips will also start, but no worries. And stop this, do nothing, live into that state and experience the expansion of the space within, as if you have gone deeper. How do you know? Through your awareness. There are other ways to know it also that I'm going to add after a few sessions. And I'll look inside the belly button. And in the space, start hammering quick, fast, and loud in your mind through the mind without moving the lips or the tongue. I demonstrate so you can hear. If I do it in my mind, you won't hear. So you need to do it mentally, quick, fast, and loud in your mind. And stop this. Move the mind. In the next stage, move the mind on the head and the neck. As if you are touching every cell of the skin of head and the neck. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. First, the mind becomes aware of the physical part of the body, and then the same mind moves deeper. The subtler mind experiences sensation, relaxation, stillness. The mind goes to the right arm, from the shoulder to the fingertips. Be there and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind goes to left arm. Be there, feel the presence, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind goes to the entire rib cage, in the front, in the back. In the field of awareness, the rib cage is there. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You see that we are earning stillness, we are earning relaxation. We are not enforcing it. When you enforce, mind will say, I will guide you, I will dictate over you, it will react, resist. No. Move the mind on the belly all around. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind all around. Right leg. From the right side of the waist to the toes. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind now moves on the entire body as if the mind is touching every cell of the skin of your entire body from the crown of the head to the toes. And as it moves, you will experience the sensation deepens, relaxation deepens, stillness deepens. That experience prevents the mind to go out. One example, one experience. We have just started the journey, so we'll understand. Now we're asking the mind to go deeper and deeper and deeper. What happens when goes deeper and deeper? I'll tell you an example and then we will pick up the step. You're looking me from 3 feet distance, then 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet, maybe 1,000 feet. What happens? I disappear from your perception. Then what happens to the mind? The mind goes back to itself. That is the step. And it is easily explained. Look inside the head or the heart. Become aware of the space. That is a normal experience. No problem. And then the moment you become aware of the space, drop Shantoham. Shantoham means I am the peace. Another mantra. So that is your first milestone. Very good. Then pick up the second milestone, go deeper. So, in picking up the second milestone, means now you have entered into the space deeper. You become aware of the point in the space and drop Shantoham. That is how we travel to our home. Oh, only 1 mile is left. 5 miles are left. Now, mentally, we become aware the same way. So continue making the journey from one milestone to the second to the third. One day, what will happen? The mind will say, that is it. What is it? Mind is reflecting our true nature. It remains constant, it is eternal, it is beyond time and the space. It is of the nature of pure consciousness, my friends. Now leave this step. We move to the last step. Look at the breath that is going in and out. Only in that state, when the mind is living within, you are in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The breath mindfulness works. That is why we go to the last step, looking at the breath going in and out clearly, no obstruction. And you feel the sensation of the breath going in and out inside the nose. You may feel it is intense sensation. It is because the mind is living within. And the third point of awareness, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Means we are in a state of doing nothing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness or the mind on the right hand. Just feel the sensation in the change. Bring your mind to the left hand. See the change. Lift your both the palms. Place it on your closed eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms and ask yourself what happened. Bring the hands down. We have two things to go. Sharing your experiences, and if you have any doubt, any question. So, in the meantime, let you know, sometime people